Welcome to today's subject. Oh, you see? Good day, grade 12 learners. Welcome to today's tourism lesson. Okay. Good day, grade 12 learners. Welcome to today's tourism lesson. My name is Lydia Mahasha. This lesson is brought to you by Pagama Research and Development in collaboration with Free State Department of Education. Learners, today's lesson is still about the tourist attraction. And the subtopic, you have to look at the factors contributing to the success of a tourist attraction. So this is the last part about the attraction, the famous world icons. This is the last part. So by the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the factors that contribute to the success of a tourist attraction. You will know that this makes the attraction to be successful. And you'll also be able to identify the characteristics of a successful tourist attraction. You will be able to know by just looking at the attraction that this attraction is a successful one or not. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to differentiate that. Then, from the case studies, the scenarios, the extracts, you'll be able to link, you'll be able to apply your own understanding, your own information on the success of the tourist attraction. You need to know so that you'll be able to prepare yourself for examinations or any other form of assessment. This topic, we know that it will be assessed in section C. Then in section C, it will be on question 4. It's a lot of marks, I told you, or the highest is 28 marks. So make sure that you know everything about the tourist attractions topic. You will be assessed also on your control test. You're going to write the June exam now, very soon. So you need to ace this. You need to know this. You will have this topic also in the skills assessment task and the PET. So know all your attractions as you will be assessed on them. The first topic, it is the factors contributing to the success of a tourist attraction. So these factors, they are contributing to the success of a tourist attraction. For the attraction to be successful, they need to practice. They need to do these 8 factors. Without doing this, it means their attraction is not going to be successful. And the word successful, you know, what does it mean to attraction? If it means more tourists coming to the attraction, it will mean income, more income. And if there is income, which is being brought in by those tourists, it means the attraction will make more money. It will employ more people. And it will be a success. So let's look at the first vector. We look at excellent marketing. We don't talk about any other marketing, but we talk about the high level, the high standard of marketing. The management of the attraction, they need to make sure that they advertise, they market the place so that tourists will be able to know about this place. And when they know about this place, they will be able to visit that place and they'll make a choice for how long they'll stay there. So marketing is the key. The attractions, they need excellent marketing. And they need to market to the right target, to the right tourist. The success of a tourist attraction, it depends how this attraction has been marketed. If people, they don't know about this attraction, they are not going to visit that attraction. But if it has been advertised, it has been marketed all over the world. Remember, we talked about the famous world icons. So these attractions are known worldwide. So the marketing strategy must be of high standard, must reach all the corners of the world to make sure that tourists will know about this place and visit this place. So the management need to make sure that they use all the forms of marketing, they use all the platforms of marketing. When you do marketing, you will learn about the different platforms whereby the management can advertise their attraction. And sometimes they don't even need to advertise. The service that they are offering will advertise itself out there to the tourists. So they need to have excellent marketing strategies. When you're doing grade 11, you learn about the different marketing strategies. So now they need to make sure that they advertise in all the media platforms. Remember, we have the TVs, we have the radios, we have the newspapers, we have the magazines, we have the flyers, the pamphlets, and we have the events also, whereby they go to the event and showcase what they are having to the world so that the tourists can make a choice of visiting this attraction as the attraction of their choice. They have to choose this attraction. I hope we are together on the issue of marketing. Then, I want us to look at sustainable and responsible management plans. When you talk about sustainable and responsible management plan, it's whereby the management and the staff, they have to make sure that the attraction is taken care of. They have to make sure that the attraction is taken care of so that the future generations will be able to come and visit the same attraction. And the same thing applies to the tourists when they visit that place. They have to make sure that they act responsibly while they are on the attraction, so that the attraction will be as they have arrived. That's why we talk about the footprint. When they leave, they don't have to leave anything behind that was not there before. You'll see when we go to other factors, we'll be talking about this. So they have to encourage everyone who's visiting this attraction to practice sustainable and responsible tourism. And if the place has been taken care of, it will have a positive impact on the people, the planet, and economy. This is just a statement. It means if they take care of the attraction, it will have a positive impact on the people. Who are those people? The tourists. Remember the tourism industry? Without tourists, there is no tourism industry. People have to move from one place to another. In this case, they have to move from their places to this attraction that have been advertised, that have been marketed. And now when they get there, they have to find the place being good, because the management have to make sure that their practices sustainable tourism. So the people will be happy, they will spend their money, they will spend their time. They'll spend their time to come and enjoy the attraction. But if the attraction is not managed well, they are not going to visit that area. They are not going to waste their time on this attraction. Remember, time is everything. Time is everything, so they need to know where they are spending their time. Then, when you talk about the planet, you talk about the environment. The attraction must make sure that wherever they are situated, the environment around is taken care of. The environment around, it is taken care of. No littering, no pollution, but the natural environment as it is. Then we have whereby it must have positive impact on the economy. As a tourism learner, you have to know this. There is no tourism without the tourist. When they come to visit our country, they spend their money on different things. This was grade 10 syllabus. You need to know that because it's going to assist you when you are learning different topics in grade 12. The tourists spend their money on transport. That's why we talk about the positive impact on the economy. So they'll be spending their money on transport. Remember, there are people who are working on transport, and we have different modes of transport, different types of transport, depending on where they are going, depending on where the attraction is situated. They will spend their money on accommodation also, spend their money buying the souvenirs. That money will be circulating in the country within that local area. Everyone at the end will get a cut. It will contribute to the GDP of the country. The attraction will have profit, and the workers will have their wages or salaries. That's why we talk about a positive impact on the economy. And lastly, the workers will be spending their money to pay school fees, to buy groceries, to go to retail stores, They will to buy electricity, you know, they'll be spending their money in their area. So the economy will improve. Money will be circulating, but we need the tourists to come and visit. That's the first step, whereby the tourists must come and visit so that they'll enjoy this and spend their time. I hope we are still together on this. Let's look at the third aspect. The third factor that contributes to the success of a tourist attraction. Remember, we said that for the attraction to be successful, it's when it makes money. Then it is successful. Then now, how can they be successful? Efficient and effective behavior of staff and management. We have to look at the efficiency and effectiveness of the staff and management. So when we look at this one, it's whereby we talk about the staff being friendly and efficient. They have to treat the customers, which is our tourists, with respect. They have to offer effective, they have to offer excellent service to the tourists. And if they are friendly and efficient, they are able to assist on time, not to let the tourists to wait for them, wasting the tourists' time. They need to be efficient, assisting on time. We get that. So it will have a positive impact on the attraction. The tourists will know that when we come to this attraction, we'll get excellent customer service. No time will be wasted. And the staff here is friendly. Not too friendly, but professional. They are friendly, they are approachable. They are assisting the tourists. So if the staff is doing all this that they're supposed to do, it means it will result into more tourists visiting the attraction because they'll feel more welcomed and they will enjoy their experience. They enjoy their stay at the attraction. So it's good to have the staff that is treating the tourists with excellent customer service. It is good to have the staff that is friendly towards the visitors because they will feel at home. Definitely, they will want to come back to that attraction and they will make sure that they tell the others. Remember, we talk about the word of mouth, just word of mouth. So they'll spread the word out there about this attraction, about the type of behavior of the employees. They'll tell them about the service that they got from this attraction. Let's go back to our first factor, whereby we talk about excellent marketing. So on this one, the first one, if the staff is efficient and they're effective, that also is a form of marketing because the tourists will go out there and spread the word of mouth. They will be using this tool of marketing for the attraction, free of charge. You get me? You know, you as learners, if you go to a place and whatever experience that you'll get from that place, you are going to make sure that you tell your friends how you were treated in that place. The same thing applies when you talk about the factors contributing to the success of a tourist attraction. The tourists, they will go back to their homes after their tour have ended. They will go back. And the first thing that they will do when they get back, they will be telling people about their experience. If it is a good experience, they'll tell them how the staff were so efficient, how the staff assisted them, how they were so friendly. And this is the way of marketing. The opposite of this happens. If they were not treated good by the staff and management, definitely they're going to tell their friends, you know what? Don't even think about visiting that area, because the employees there, the management there, they don't take our grievances seriously. When you complain, they don't take the complaints seriously. The staff is not helpful. They are not friendly. So they are spreading a negative word of mouth in this situation. And guess what? No tourists will visit this place. And the attraction won't be successful. You know what happens? It's the opposite of when the attraction is successful. If it is not successful, it means the employees will lose their job. And eventually, the attraction will have to close down. You get me? So now, I want us to look at the positive experience of visitors. It goes hand in hand with the first one that we talk about, the efficient one, about the behavior of the staff. If we look here, we talk about the positive experience. So when we talk about positive experience, it's whereby the tourists, the visitors, when they were visiting the attraction, they enjoyed their time there. They have spent their time and they have received excellent savers. So we call this positive experience. So if they receive positive experience, it is likely, it is a fact that they might return again. And in tourism, you know that you call that a repeat business. There will be repeat visitations. The way they've been treated so positively, the way the staff was so friendly to them, definitely they will come back. They will come back to the attraction. We talk about this, that whatever experience that they will experience there, definitely they are going to inform others about this. Now, for the attraction to be successful, they have to make sure that they give the tourists a positive experience about their stay in that attraction. They have to make sure that they enjoy every minute of their time. Because if they do enjoy, we know that at the end, when they go back to their places where they come from, they're going to spread positive word of mouth. And I've said to you that this is a free marketing tool. This is a free marketing tool, the word of mouth. It's a free marketing tool, and it is very dangerous. So dangerous. It's free, but dangerous. If it's a positive one, it means the tourists will be able to do marketing for the attraction, free of charge. And everyone will like to come and experience the same friendly treatment, excellent customer service. But if it is a negative one, believe in me, no one is going to come back to that place. That's why I told you about when we are doing about the behavior of their staff, that if you have been treated badly in an area or in a place, you know for sure that you'll never go back to that place. The same thing is happening here. When you look at the factors that contribute to the success of an attraction, tourists who have been treated bad, they'll never return. And moreover, they'll tell others about the place. And the place won't have any visitors. But if it is a positive word of mouth, then it will be a free advertisement, free marketing for the attraction. I want us to look at safety and crime prevention. This is another factor that will tell us that the place, the attraction is successful. If it is safe. If safety and crime prevention measures are put in place, then that place will be successful. Tourists need to feel safe while they are on their tour. It is a must. Like we said, that safety is very much important for tourists. They need to feel safe. No one will want to visit in an area whereby it's not safe. They won't visit that place. It has to be safe because they bring their own money, they bring their equipment, their cameras, their phones, everything. So they need to feel safe in that area. No one will pay money to go to a dangerous place. So if we have safety issues in our country, South Africa, I'm sure you are watching or listening to news. Once in a while, we hear that there was crime that was done in this area and the tourists were affected. So those things, they affect the number of tourists who are coming to our country. So this is the responsibility of the tourist attraction. They have to make sure that tourists, when they visit, they feel safe. They have to make sure. They have to make sure that they put visible measures, visible security measures around the place. There must be patrollers, there must be security guards everywhere in the attraction to make sure that the visitors, which is our tourists, are safe. Remember, they are bringing their foreign currency. Remember, they are bringing money. We need that money. Without them, there's no tourism. So we need to make sure that they are safe. There must be visible security around the area so that they'll feel safe and spend the money. The more they spend, the more our job will be secured. Just remember that. Job security comes from making sure that the tourists are safe when they visit our country, so that they can spend their dollars, they can spend their euros, they can spend whatever money that they are bringing in to create jobs for local communities in different sectors. The attraction must make sure that there are cameras in the hotspot areas. They know the hotspot areas. They have to put cameras there to have evidence of what is happening around their attraction, so that the tourists will feel safe. They will feel at home. And most of it, they need to make sure that they have access control at the attraction. They need to control who comes in and when will they go out. They need to have access register. I'm sure you've seen that when you get to some places, you have to write your name, you write the reason why you are there, you write the contact details, all that. So there must be access control, not to be open for anyone to just get in and out. No, There must be security measures. There must be access control. They have to know how many people went in during that day and at what time. And as the tourist attraction, they need to have their target numbers. They need to know how many people they're expecting for that. They need to make sure they control people who get into the attraction. Then that attraction will be successful. Let us look at the general appearance and upkeep of the attraction. The general appearance. Generally, when you look at the place, when you look at the attraction, it must be appetizing. It must attract you. Attraction, a place that attracts you, gives you interest to go and visit that place. So the upkeep and the general appearance of the attraction must be appealing to the tourists, because it can either add value or take it away from the visitor experience. It can add value if it is looking good, if it has been taken care of, if maintenance is happening around the attraction. You understand that? If the upkeep is up to standard, they are practicing sustainable tourism, it's looking good, then the tourist experience will be positive. They will feel that the area, it looks good, and they might even extend their time of stay. If they're going to spend 3 days, they may add to be 5, because of the general appearance and the upkeep of the attraction. So if we talk about taking away value, no tourist will love to visit an unkept attraction, a dirty, polluted, littered attraction. Everyone likes good hygiene. Everyone likes to be in an area whereby it is clean. So the tourists will think less about a place which is not taken care of. And if it looks bad outside, automatically they will think that even inside it looks worse. By just looking at something outside and you see that it's not looking good, obviously you make a conclusion that if outside it's looking like this, what about inside? So it means inside it's worse, even if it's not the case. So that's why the management of the attractions, they have to make sure that the general appearance and the upkeep of the tourist attractions looks good all the time. Because tourists won't come and will make those decisions that, you know what, we're not going to come back to this one. And instead that they'll make conclusion that it looks bad inside. Number 7, it says here, for an attraction to be considered to be successful, it must consider the needs of people with disabilities. Remember, there are people who have disabilities. They are able differently from others. So if the attraction cannot take care of the needs of these people, so it means it is not a successful attraction. They need to take care and consider the needs of people with disability. Here we talk about the people who are blind, We talk about the people who are deaf. We talk about the people who are wheelchair bound and the others. All these people, they need to have access. They need to enjoy everything, the activities in the attraction, as those who are able. So we know that the tourists with disabilities, they have specific needs, different from tourists who are able. So we cannot deny them the entry because you did not cater for them. So the attraction needs to cater for all of them to their needs. We talk about those who are wheelchair bound. They cannot use the stairs. There must be the wheelchair ramps around the area so that they'll be able to move around and enjoy sightseeing of the attraction. That's what they need to do. On this one, the staff and the management have to make sure that they practice this. They need to make sure that they cater for the needs of all people, not excluding those with disabilities. And the care should be taken to ensure that visitors are able to access all parts of the attraction. That's why I say that there must be ramps so that those who are wheelchair bound, they'll be able to move around to all the areas of the attraction. The signs, the information signs around the attraction must also be written in Braille so that those who are blind must be able to read that. So if the attraction take care of the needs of people with disabilities, it will be considered to be a successful one, not discriminating against them, allowing them to come and enjoy as other people, other tourists. Then that attraction definitely is a successful attraction. The eighth, which is the last factor that the attraction must do for them to be considered a successful tourist attraction, it's universal access. Universal access. Everyone must be able to go anywhere. Anyone must be able to enjoy everything in the attraction. It refers to the places, universal access, to the places, to the products and services that can be used by able persons and those with disabilities. There are not supposed to be things which people with disabilities cannot use. They must have access to everything in the attraction. Any age group must be able to use the facilities and the services in that attraction. And any size. They have to cater for everything. They have to cater for people with disabilities. They have to cater for all age groups. They have to cater for any size. They don't have to discriminate against any of this. Then we know that if they're doing this, they're a successful tourist attraction. So these 8 factors, they will determine whether the attraction is successful or not. So the staff and management need to make sure that they practice all this, they strive, they push forward to make sure that the attraction became successful. Now I want us to look at the characteristics. The characteristics of a successful tourist attraction. Remember, we talked about the factors, what they need to do to be successful. But now I want us to look at the characteristics. When you look at that tourist attraction, what do you see that makes it to be successful attraction? These are the characteristics. Already they have implemented the factors, the 8 factors that we have talked about. Now it's for the tourists to see, it's for the people, the visitors to see how the tourist attraction looks like. What does it have? Or the management, the staff, when they look at their own area, the attraction, what are they seeing? The first one is actual number of visitors, which exceeds the target number. The actual number of visitors. Those tourists that have visited the place, they are more than what the attraction have planned to have before. They are more than what they have expected. For example, if they are expecting per day to have 1,000 visitors, now they're having 1,500 or even 2,000. So it's more than what they have planned before. It's more than their target. It's exceeding. So let's look at that. What makes us to believe that this attraction is making more visitors than what is expected? They have to have realistic targets. They must have realistic targets. They must have target markets, and they must have target numbers. They should know that this attraction is for this type of people. Their target market. Remember, when you advertise, you market to a group of people. You know exactly who are you targeting. So they must have a realistic target market. And they also need to have a realistic target numbers. They look at the attraction and they can see the capacity of the attraction, that it will afford to have so many visitors, so many tourists within a week, within a day. And they need to make sure that the number that they are expecting must not be too much for the attraction. Because if you're having many tourists, many people in one place, you know that they tend to destroy things. You cannot control them. That's why I say that they need to set realistic target. That we need this number of people per day, the one that will be able to control them. So we'll say that it is a successful tourist attraction. And they need to decide on the pricing strategy. They need to decide on the pricing strategy. How much is the entrance fees? And what tourists will be seeing once they are inside the attraction. So they must have a pricing strategy. And they have to know how people can pay when they get to the attraction. Are they going to pay by the gate? If they pay by the gate, their marketing strategy has to plan ahead about overcrowding at the gate. Because everyone will be paying by the gate, and you will be overcrowding, and there will be consequences because they won't be able to control them. They have to think about people buying their tickets online, and remember the target market. If they're targeting this group of people, are they going to be able to use the online services to pay for entrance fees. Those are the things that they need to look at. We have the compute ticket also. They need to be paying at the compute ticket. You have seen that from the shop price, the Checkers, Pick and Pay. When you get in, there are there where people will be buying the ticket for events and them. So they need to decide on the pricing strategy. And often they need to reinvent their product. Is it working? Is it not working? How can they improve on that? They need to improve on their product to make sure that they have tourists, they have more tourists coming to their attraction. And we talk about marketing. They need to be innovative when marketing. And we talk about innovative. We talk about which platforms are they going to use. They need to be innovative. Remember now we have a lot of marketing platforms. Not forgetting their target market. Where are they going to advertise the attraction? And how many people will that type of marketing reach? Will it be able to reach a large number of people who will be able to come and visit the place or what? So they need to decide on marketing strategies. They need to be innovative. You know, now they can people now advertise using the platforms whereby they go and have the stalls. You'll see when you do marketing, and they will be showcasing what they're having. Or they can use the online one. They can use the adverts. They can use the pamphlets. They can put in the magazine. Whatever they can do, but they need to be innovative. They need to come with things that I knew, but things that will be working towards making sure that a large number of tourists visit the place. The second one, it is repeat visits. This, we already talked about this. Since they have made sure that everything is accessible to the tourists. Remember when you talk about the factors, that they need to be friendly, they need to offer services, they need to be efficient. All those will lead to repeat visit. I said to you, when you talk about the repeat visit, it means those who have visited the attraction, they are coming back. They have visited the attraction this season, and next holiday, they come back. They visit again. That's what we call repeat visits. They are there in the attraction for the second time, or even more. You have to understand that. Repeat business, repeat visits. It's when they are visiting the area again. And you know, this cannot happen if they were not treated right, if the staff were not friendly. So this one, the repeat business, stems from the positive word of mouth. Remember, I told you how important the word of mouth. You will see this sometimes, it's word of mouth. It's written like this. It's word of mouth. The way they have enjoyed being there, they went back and told everyone about the experience, about the excellent customer service that they got from this attraction. They're coming back with other tourists. They have done free marketing for the attraction. That's what it is. And we said that it's because of excellent services. You give them excellent services, you are afraid you give them everything that they want. Definitely, they're going to come back. If the service is excellent, is good, more than good, they will definitely give the attraction repeat visits. The attraction staff and management should make sure that while the tourists are there, they should get value for their money. They must be great value for their money. When you talk about value for money, it means whatever service that the attraction is offering must be of good standard. The tourists must feel that this service that I'm getting here is value for my money. I don't complain because whatever has been given to me is more than what I expected. The service is great, the service is excellent. That's whereby we talk about value for money. Whatever you buy, when you look at the money that you have spent, you have to feel that you don't have doubt, you don't have regret. The service was good, or whatever that you have bought is good for the money that you have paid. They didn't waste their money. So that's what makes a successful tourist attraction. Then the attraction, if we see, when you get to the attraction, we see that we have modernized facilities. Then we know that this attraction is successful. You have to change with time. Attractions need to change with times. Have modernized facilities. When you get to attraction, you don't have to go around look for the tour guide or anyone that you can ask for direction to go to the other side of the attraction. There must be those screens, the big screens, you have seen them, whereby they have information about the attraction. That when you go to this level, you'll find this. When you go to this corner, you'll find this. You have seen those in the malls. The big screens, you just enter what you want to search. So they need to modernize the facilities. And if you encounter problems somewhere, they must have whereby you can talk through the speaker, through the machine that will go straight to the office. So they have to modernize the facilities. I'm sure you've seen after getting a service at the restaurant, those top ones, you'll get a tablet and you'll have to enter. You have to write the feedback on that. That is being modernized. And another thing that will make sure that the tourists will come back again to your attraction, to the attraction. It's when we have discounts for repeat visitors. For them to come back, we have to offer them something. Remember that firstly, we have offered them excellent service. That's a guarantee that they will tell others about the service that they got. You have made sure that there is value for their money. Whatever they paid for, they receive service similar to that. And the facilities there are all good, are all being modernized. And now we have to offer them discount. The attraction must have a policy whereby it says that, for example, if you are a repeat tourist, you've been here before, you will get 10% discount or 5% discount on the entrance fees. So by doing that, they will come back. Definitely you will have what you call repeat business. Let's look at the third one. This is income generated. Has to exceed target figures. If you have planned as a tourist management, the attraction management, that monthly you are targeting to have 100,000 as your income from money generated from the tourists, then you get more, you get 120 or 150, then we know that this attraction is successful. So you have to aim on how to increase, how to grow the income. And I've said that here you are making more money than the one that you have planned before. And how can you get money from the attraction? Remember, attractions attracts tourists. And the money is only through the tourists. Attractions, they get their money from tourists. No tourists, no income, no money for the attraction. So you have to make sure that you increase visitor numbers. How are they going to increase the visitor numbers to have more income generated? They need to control the number of tourists visiting the place. They need to make sure that they increase the time spent at the attraction. They need to make sure that if the attraction is opening at 10 o'clock and closing at 4 o'clock, they need to make sure that they increase the time, they extend the time. The attraction will open earlier on at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and it will close late, 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock during summer. Because during summer, you know that the days are longer and we have more natural light. So the management need to look at that, whereby they increase the time for tourists to come and spend more time there. And we know more tourists, more time, more money. That's how it goes. Remember that? Make it your slogan. More time, more tourists, more money for the attraction. So now, another thing they need to address is seasonality. If the attraction is able to control or address seasonality. Here, when we talk about seasonality, we talk about whereby tourists will be visiting an attraction only at a certain period of time. Like, for example, they'll be visiting only on summer. Then winter, we don't have tourists visiting that place. If you see an attraction whereby they have done away with seasonality and tourists are visiting that place from January to January, you'll know that they're a successful tourist attraction. There must not be periods whereby there will be tourists, and in some periods, the attraction won't have any visitors. No, they must address that seasonality. They have to make sure that tourists visit the area at any season. Then we'll know that this is a successful attraction. The fourth one, which is the last one, the positive effect on local community and the environment. The attraction must have positive effect on the local community. They must have positive impact on the environment. And we know that this attraction is successful. But if it doesn't have any positive impact to the local community whereby it is situated, then it is not a successful tourist attraction. The environment around will be not taken care of, it will be polluted, and that is not a successful attraction. So now let's look at the positive impact. The attraction must have positive impact on the local community. They must involve the local community in decision making. Local community members must be involved in decision making. Then we'll say that this attraction is a successful attraction. When it comes to job opportunities, the local people must be given the first preference. They have to employ local people from the local community. You know, if they employ local people, their attraction is going to be part of those people. If they employ local people, the people are going to feel ownership of that area. They will own the area. It will belong to them. And they'll protect it against anyone who wants to destroy it. So if an attraction is employing local people, we are saying that it is a successful attraction. They must reduce poverty where it is located. An attraction must be able to reduce poverty. How can an attraction reduce poverty in the local community? Number one, by employing them. Simple as that. Employ local people, then we'll be able to reduce poverty because they'll be getting their salaries, they'll be getting their wages, they'll be able to take care of their families. But if it is not employing the local people, they're not going to have any form of income. So poverty will be high in that area. But now we talk about a successful tourist attraction which has employed the local people. And these people will have their salaries, they will have their wages, they'll have money to buy things for themselves, and poverty will be a thing of the past to them. One thing again, if these people, the local people, have been employed by the attraction, they'll make sure that there is no crime. There won't be any crime within the attraction and around the local community. Remember what I said to you. People have been employed, local people have been employed at the attraction. They end up owning the attraction because they know it is the source of their income. It's whereby they will get their bread from. So they are protecting that. They won't allow anyone to come and vandalize the attraction. They won't allow anyone to come and threaten the tourists. Take away valuables from tourists. The local community won't allow that. The tourists will feel safe. There won't be any crime because the local people they feel that they own this part. It's a place whereby they get money from. Think about anything that belongs to you. You are protective about that thing. You don't want anyone to take advantage of that thing. You don't want anyone to take your thing. You are protecting it. It's the same thing as the attraction. If people have been employed, the local people will make sure that they stop crime. On top of that, you have pride. You know pride, whereby you feel that this belongs to me. So the attraction will have pride in the local community. They will feel this is our attraction. And when they see it being advertised on the TV, on the pamphlets, anywhere else, you will have that pride that is our attraction. That is our attraction. They will have that pride. So at the end, when these people are now being employed, they're getting their salaries, they have managed to make sure that there's no crime, their lifestyle is going to be better. So when you look at an attraction, whereby it's situated, you must be able to see the lifestyle of people around there. It must be better because those people are working in the area, they're getting their wages and salaries, and they are changing their lifestyle. So if you see those, you have to know that this attraction is a successful attraction. If there is poverty everywhere around the area, and the people there, they are doing crime, they don't have jobs, but we have a big attraction in the area, that attraction is not successful, and it will never be successful because tourists will be scared to come to that community whereby the crime is high. They don't go to places whereby the crime rate is high. So that's why we say that the attraction must have a positive effect on the local communities. Then we will call it a successful tourist attraction. Here we are. What positive impact must an attraction have on the environment? The attraction must make sure that they protect, they conserve and restore the environment. They must have plans. They have to make sure that they give out money they give income for conservation of the area. There must be strategies around the area, around the attraction, to make sure that the environment is natural, the environment is clean and intact. They have to make sure that there is less pollution around the area. They have to make sure there are bins everywhere whereby people can put their litter inside those. No littering. They must make sure that they have awareness going on around the area. They make people aware about protecting the environment. They must have information signs everywhere that no pollution, no littering. If you litter, you'll be fined so much. There will be dustbins everywhere. They have to make people aware about protecting the environment. So you need to know these factors, that there are 8 factors that are contributing to the success of a tourist attraction. And there are 4 characteristics that when we see them, we know that this area is successful. I want us to have an activity to go through this whereby we link, you apply your knowledge that you have learned to the case study. Remember, one of our objectives was for you to be able to apply or link the knowledge that you have learned to the tourist attractions. So first thing that I want to tell you, I told you last week that when you see a case study like this, you have to make sure that you read every sentence, you read every word, because the answers are within here. So let's look at our picture. You can see we have the attraction here. There it is. We have our attraction. There it is. Look at the picture. It is clear. You can see it. The topic says improving tourism at an ancient site. Firstly, you must have a highlighter or a color pen, different from the one that you are writing with, a color pen. It will assist you to highlight, to underline, to circle the most important facts so that you will remember them when you have to respond on the questions. Here it says, let's go through this together so that you'll be able to know how to answer a case study. You don't go to the questions and after reading one question, you go through, you check for the answer. No, you'll be wasting your time. First, go through the scenario, go through the extract, go through the case study, underlining, highlighting the important facts. Then when you go to the questions, already you have read, you know that, okay, this is about this. I've seen it in paragraph number 1. This is about this. It is at the last paragraph. That's what you should do as a learner. You read everything because some of the responses there, some of the answers are within here. Okay, let's go. Tourists visiting the Great Pyramids travel to a desert area, the Giza Plateau. So they're visiting what? The Great Pyramids. As part of an upgrade of the 4,500-year-old site, a new international airport was built close by. So we talk about upgrade. Remember, when we're talking about the characteristics, we talk about modernizing facilities. Ne? So now we talk about SN, part of the upgrade. They have new international airport, which was built close by. The roads were improved and new entrance with visitor center planned. The new visitor center will have 15 specially allocated ticket windows. At the entrance, there will be a visitor center with 15 ticket windows. You have to think about this as a learner. If it is one window, ticket window, it means there will be overcrowding, there will be a queue, a long queue. But now they're talking about 15. So it means people will be scattered all around the 15 ticket windows. Maybe this will be show people with special needs. People with special needs. They're catering for people with special needs. Egyptian citizens, foreigners, and students, all 15 window tickets. The information center will also have 150 seat theater, 18 gift shops. No overcrowding, there are 18 gift shops. You can choose whatever you want. A cafe, restaurant, clinic, and bathroom. So about the clinic, if you get sick there, you know that you are at safe attraction. Visitor vehicles will not be allowed in the archaeological areas. That is a fact. The fact there you have to underline. The visitors' vehicles will not be allowed. And visitors must use what? Camel and horse ride. Electric cars and electric tour buses to visit the site. So visitors can choose because the cars will be parked far away from the site. You know the cars are destroying the environment, all those things. So they'll be parked far away. Only the electric cars and the electric tour buses and the camels will be allowed in the site. Local vendors. When you talk about local vendors, it's local small business people. So like the craftsmen, the horse and camel owners, traders and photographers will receive training and designated stalls to operate on. They are not going to roam around. You find everyone is sitting there selling this, another one is sitting by that corner selling. No, they will be given designated stuff to sell their product. Training will ensure training will ensure quality products and services to competitive prices without vendors offending visitors. So it means they will be trained for fair trade. They'll have to sell their goods at a reasonable price, not to cheat the visitors. So number one, it says here, name the country where the Great Pyramids are located. We talk about this. I'm sure you've done your homework, whereby you have to look to do a table with 5 columns about all the 13 World Heritage icons. So here we are. You have to name the country where the pyramids are located. The country there is Egypt. If you have Egypt, then you got it right. Number B, name the continent where the Great Pyramids of Giza are located. What is the continent? It's Africa. Africa, continent here is what? Is Africa. It says here, give one reason why the Great Pyramids of Giza are considered a burial site. We talk about this, a burial site. And instead it is whereby the Egyptians, kings, the pharaohs were buried when they died. That's why it is regarded as a burial site, because they were buried there in those, the chambers of the pyramids. And another thing, it is considered a burial site because some of the royal families and the pharaohs, mummies were put there. So they have their mummies. When you die, they take your body, take out the blood, make it to be dry, and they put it there. So that's why it was considered to be a burial site. So 4.2.3, complete the statement. The body of a sphinx is in the shape of what? Remember, I said to you last time, we have the Great Pyramids of Giza. Then in front of them, we have the Sphinx. Yeah, I've shown you last week. The Sphinx is in which shape? It is in the shape of a lion. It's in the shape of a lion. Remember, the body is of a lion, then the face is a human face. So the body, yes, there's the shape. The body, this is the shape of a lion. So if you have all of this, it means you're listening last time. So you must have all this: the country, the continent, and the shape. You must have this. So let's look at 4.2.4. It says here, the Great Pyramids can be operated as a successful tourist attraction. Successful. We talk about the factors and the characteristics of a successful tourist attraction just now. So here it says the Great Pyramids can be operated, can be regarded as a successful tourist attraction. You have to discuss two examples each of how they can be regarded as a successful tourist attraction. Remember from our case study, when you talk about number 8, sustainable and responsible management plans are implemented in the area. We talk about the vehicles, that the tourists, the visitors' vehicles are not allowed to come near the pyramid. They have to leave them at a designated area far away from the site because they'll be destroying the site. That is sustainable tourism. That is sustainable tourism. And we talk about that the tourists can use the horses and they can use the camels to travel around. That is sustainable tourism. And they can even use the electric cars and the electric bus tours. That is sustainable and responsible management plan. So those are the things that they can do. Lastly, remember we talk about the stalls. We talk about the stalls that those local vendors, those who are selling their products, will be given stalls in a designated area where they'll be not disturbing the visitors or destroying the attraction while selling their things. They'll be given a designated area to sell their things there. So number B, it says here, the staff behavior will be efficient and ethical. how can the pyramids of Giza management make sure that the attraction is a successful one through the staff behavior? To be ethical is when you do the right thing, whether people are looking at you or not, you do the right thing. So here, we say that the vendors and the staff will be trained. They will be trained on providing quality products. So it means they're not going to sell substandard things to the tourists. They're going to sell the good things to the tourists. And they have to be competitive pricing, not charging tourists more. People take advantage of the tourists and they'll charge them more. And remember, if you're doing that, the tourists will regard that as expensive and they're not going to come back again. So if you had these answers, you are right. You are on the right track. And you know that there will be many ticket windows whereby it will speed up ticket sales. When people come to buy tickets, then it will be easier for them to buy and go. And there are so many shops. Remember, we said about there will be 18 gift shops. If there are 18, it means they will minimize what? Overcrowding. People won't go to one shop, but there will be 18 of them. So that's what we talk about. Then let's do 4.2.5. 4.2.5 from the case study. From the case study, provide evidence that the Great Pyramids, number A, cater for both local and international tourists. It caters for both local and international tourists. We know that in the case study, it says that there is a new international airport that has been developed. From that only, new international airport nearby, it means it is bringing international tourists. So it caters for international tourists. And it furthermore states, when you read the case study, that the roads and infrastructure have been improved locally. So it means it caters for local tourists because they'll be using the roads to come there. And another factor, when you read about the tickets windows, it says that there will be tickets for the Egyptian citizens, there will be tickets for international tourists. So that's a clue that it caters for both international and local tourists. Number B, let's look at number B. It says there, how can they have a positive impact on the local community? Simple. They need to employ them as tour guides. And the horse and camel owners, they have been allowed to use their horses, to use their camels to transport the tourists. So they have a positive impact on the local community because people can come, local communities can come and offer their services there. And the drivers for the electric cars and the electric tour buses, it's the local people. They've been employed to drive those. And most of all, in the case that it says that the local people will receive training on the skills development. So it means that it caters for the local community. Not forgetting that craftsmen, it said that the craftsmen will be given the opportunity to have their stalls and sell their things. So here we are. If we have all this, here it is, number A. Number B, it says craftsmen and traders from the local community have stalls at the site. And everything there, the horses, the local drivers, it's everything that we have talked about. So if the local people have been employed, you know what happens? They own the attraction, They work in the attraction, they protect it, they have pride in it, then they get their salaries, they get their wages to improve their lifestyle. Then we said at the end that that is a successful tourist attraction. I want us to look at this. I want you to summarize this so that you know this. This is a summary about the factors that are contributing to the success of a tourist attraction. We talk about excellent marketing. We have to make sure that people out there, they know about the attraction. You have to advertise, and there are different ways to advertise, to market the attraction, so that people will come. No advertisement, no marketing, no tourists. And at the end, no job opportunities. Because remember, the tourists, when they come, you advertise the attraction and they know about it. You advertise worldwide. When we do marketing, you'll understand the issue of marketing fairer, about the platforms, about marketing. So when they come, just take one tourist. They have to pay for transport. In the transport, there are people who are employed there. Think about all the modes of transport and the type of transport. For the tourists to come to our country, they use transport. They pay for transport, and there are people who are employed there. When they arrive, they pay for accommodation. There are people who are employed there, and they go to attractions. They pay for entrance fees. They pay for activities. All about income. That's all about money. You understand? So think about it. Then talk about sustainable and responsible management plan. How to protect, how to take care of the attraction, how to make sure that these attractions, we are using them now. And the future generations, our great kids will be able to see the Great Pyramids of Giza. How do we sustain that? How do we protect that? How do we act responsible as tourists? You need to talk about the efficient, effective behavior of staff and management. That's what you talk about, that they need to be friendly. They need to provide everything. They have to make sure that whatever tourists pay for is value for money. And make sure that the tourists have a positive experience at the attraction so that they'll come back. Then we talk about the safety and crime prevention. That the attraction must make sure that the attraction is safe and there's no crime going on. And we talk about the things that the attraction needs to do. They need to have patrollers for safety. They need to have security. They need to have cameras all over to make sure that the area is safe for tourists. Because if they're not safe, they're not coming back. And you know what happens if tourists are not coming back. They have to talk about the general appearance and the upkeep of the attraction. They have to make sure that they clean the attraction. You talk about whereby they need to consider the needs of people with disabilities. Everyone must be able to go there. People who are able differently from us, people who are using wheelchairs must be able to get into the attraction and enjoy like anyone else. And they must be a universal access tourist attraction, whereby anyone, whether disabled or able, whether fat, they say that they don't discriminate against size. So everyone must be able to enjoy. There must not be an area whereby we'll say that I can't go to this place. So they have to make the whole area accessible to anyone, irrespective of size, disability, and age. Everyone must be able to enjoy that. Then we did talk about the characteristic that when you look at the attraction, you can see that it is a successful one. We talk about they have more people visiting the area than what they expected. And we said that people will be coming again. We talk about repeat business. And we talk about that they will make more money. They are making more money, more than what they have planned for. And the way they're operating, they have positive impact on the local people and the environment. There is no pollution around the area, and the people have been employed, local people have been employed in that area. That's what you talk about. So you need to know this and be able to apply your information on the case studies, on the extract, on the scenarios. That's what you need to do. That's all about the attractions. So I'll remind you again, go and take the middle page of your exercise book, have a column, have a table with 5 columns. Write from number 1 until number 5 the names of the world icons, their description, the reasons why they are tourist attractions, what type of tourists will visit there, is it a natural or a man-made attraction? If you have that, you'll be ready for June exam. Thank you.